Hi, writers. Vanessa again. So, week two of experimenting with essay forms with me, Vanessa Martir. In the last video, I introduced you to the lyric essay. Now we will be learning about the prose poem or flash nonfiction essay. So, what are prose poem slash flash nonfiction essays? And why is there a slash? Why are they two of them? Okay, so for the introduction to their anthology, The Party Train, a collection of North American prose poetry, the editors begin with this piece by S.C. Hahn called If My Father Were to Ask. What's a prose poem? I would turn my face and look into the distance away from our farmhouse into a wild copse of trees, which runs from road's edge and on up the hill to the far fields. Box elder, green ash, and black locust tangle in a net of branches, tied together by thorny green briar. I know of a coyote den beneath one old box elder tree, on the edge of a gully cutting through the copse. If I were to stick my hand into the hole, I could feel cool, wet air and perhaps the playful teeth of pups. Remember when you plowed the fields in the spring, I say to my father, and the air behind you filled suddenly with seagulls? I can see him inhale the aroma of memory. The green and yellow tractor, the motor exhaust and dust, steel blades of the plow sinking into the earth and turning it, the smell all sexual and holy, worms and grubs uncovered into sunlight, then an unexpected slash of white as the gulls crystallize behind the plow, 1,000 miles and more from any ocean. How beautiful is that? That language is so poetic. So, what is a prose poem? Maybe it's the feeling you get when you're standing in a landscape you know well and love, a landscape where you can imagine what lies hidden behind the trees or beneath the ground. Maybe the prose poem is the aroma of memory and all the sensual details that it evokes. Or maybe the signature of the prose poem is the unexpected surprise at the end, the improbable appearance of seabirds above the plowed fields of the heartland, thousands of miles away from any ocean. Maybe the prose poem is all these things. Elements of the prose poem. Most importantly, the prose poem speaks to the heart rather than to the head. Excuse me. The prose poem is about what's possible, not necessarily what's already occurred. So even if the title of the earlier piece privileges imagination over experience, if my father were to ask, right? It's about what's possible, not necessarily what's already occurred. In this way, the terms prose poem and flash nonfiction essay could be nearly interchangeable. How so? What's a flash nonfiction essay? Flash nonfiction is a brief essay, usually less than 1,000 words, that focuses on one particular image. Some would argue that a flash nonfiction essay is actually 750 words or less, or 500 words or less. The point is that it is very few words. It's tightly focused with no extraneous words. It mines its central image in ways that create metaphorical significance. The language is fresh, it's lyrically surprising, it's hinged on the workings of the imagination. Bernard Cooper, in the introduction to In Short, wrote, to write short nonfiction requires an alertness to detail, a quickening of the senses, a focusing of the literary lens, so to speak, until one has magnified some small aspect of what it means to be human. So I read you that example. I also am providing a slew of examples for you. I'm sorry, I titled this, I'll fix that on the actual slideshow. But this is not the exercise. This is a list of examples of flash nonfiction slash prose poetry. There are 4, Hair Like a Cactus by Jojo Lopez, which actually I published. I had a partnership with Tim House in their Flash Fidelity series, and this was one of the essays that we selected. There is Essay for My 5-Year-Old Daughter by Michael Torres, which I selected because he's a fantastic, phenomenal writer. But he also inspired me to experiment with flash nonfiction. And I think I finally got it right. I submitted a flash piece to River Teeth about 2 weeks ago that I'm really excited about. Snowbound by Natalie Lima, which is a beautiful, beautiful flash piece. It's on Brevity Mag. You can also check out additional flash pieces in River Teeth's Beautiful Things. in their archive. There's also the Tin House Flash Fidelity series, which is 1,000 words or less. And Brevity Mag also has a slew. I will provide you with all those links, okay, in the reading portion, reading section, okay? All right, that's it for this video. I will see you soon. Vanessa here. That's all, folks. Bye.